Welcome to the first lecture of polarography. In polarography, in today's lecture, we have studied the introduction of polarography, principle of polarography, then DME, advantages of DME and disadvantages of DME. So, let's start with our first point, that is the introduction of polarography. Introduction. Polarography, it is a branch of voltammetry. That means voltammetry, it is a current voltage technique. In this technique, potential is applied to one of the electrode, okay, and the current flowing through the electrode is measured. In this technique, current voltage technique means current is applied to one of the electrode. Potential is applied to one of the electrode and current flowing through the electrode is measured. Potential is varied in some pre-selected manner during the current measurement. That means in this technique, potential is varied, okay, and the current flowing through the cell is measured. A voltammetric cell generally consists of two electrodes, okay. These are the two electrodes in voltammetric cell. One electrode which is generally having large surface area is used, okay, which is act as a reference electrode. For example, pool of mercury, and another electrode which is having very small surface area, okay, it is called as microelectrode. The electrode which having large surface area, it is a non-polarizable electrode which is act as a reference electrode, okay, for example pool of mercury or standard Calumet electrode. And the second electrode is used which having small surface area, okay, it is called as microelectrode. It is also called as polarizable electrode, okay, non-polarizable electrode and polarizable electrode. The example of second electrode is a dropping mercury electrode or platinum electrode, rotating platinum electrode. These are the two electrodes which are involved in voltammetric cell. When microelectrode used is the dropping mercury electrode, then the technique is called polarography, okay. In voltammetric cell, when microelectrode is used, which is DME, the dropping mercury electrode, then that technique is called as polarography, okay. Therefore, in polarography, indicator electrode or our second electrode, microelectrode, is dropping mercury electrode. Polarography can be distinguished from potentiometry. Okay, polarographic technique was discovered by J. Jaworski, and who received a Nobel Prize in 1952 for discovery of this method. Then next point is the principle of polarography. Okay, in polarography, microelectrolysis is carried out with the help of two electrodes. In this technique, microelectrolysis is carried out between the two electrodes. One is the indicator electrode and second one is the reference electrode. You know that reference electrode have generally large surface area. It is a non-polarizable electrode, and indicator electrode which having small surface area. It is a polarizable electrode and it is also called as microelectrode. Look at the diagram here. Okay, in this diagram, it is the dropping mercury electrode. Okay, it is a container or mercury reservoir which containing mercury, and from that the drops of mercury look at the diagram here. It is a mercury reservoir which containing mercury. From that the drops of mercury are continually falling in the electrolytic solution, okay, and these drops of mercury are act as a electrode. Therefore the electrode is also called as microelectrode because the diameter and size of the drop is very small, okay. And it is a polarographic cell. It is a one electrode, DME electrode, which is act as a cathode because it is connected to the negative terminal of battery, and at the bottom of the cell here is a pool of mercury, okay, which having large surface area. It is our second electrode, that is reference electrode, okay, pool of mercury, reference electrode and indicator electrode. And in between these two electrodes, microelectrolysis is carried out. Okay, therefore in polarography, microelectrolysis is carried out with the help of cathode and anode. Here cathode is dropping mercury electrode and anode is full of mercury because it is connected to the positive terminal of battery. Generally reference electrode, okay, which is present at the bottom here, D, it is a reference electrode which having large surface area. It is a non-polarizable electrode and acts as a anode. Okay, an indicator electrode, okay, here it is a mercury reservoir which containing mercury, and these mercury drops are continuously falling down, and the drop which is coming out through the capillary, that drop is act as an electrode. Okay, therefore indicator electrode having small surface area, it is a polarizable electrode. Okay, polarizable means what? An electrode is considered to be polarized when it adopts a potential impressed upon it with little or no change of current. Okay, it is called as polarizable electrode. And non-polarizable means its potential is constant throughout the experiment. A polarizable electrode means what? It adopts a potential impressed upon it with little or no change of current. And indicator electrode, it is functioning as a cathode. It is connected to the negative terminal of battery. It is functioning as cathode, and pool of mercury, it is functioning as a anode. Okay, the indicator electrode. Here, the indicator electrode is also called as microelectrode or. In this polarographic cell, a solution of test species plus the solution of supporting electrolyte and maxima suppressor is taken. Okay, and the dissolved oxygen which is present in the solution is expelled by using nitrogen gas. The two electrodes, that is reference electrode and microelectrodes, are dipped or immersed into the solution of electrolyte. Okay, and so electrolysis is begin when some potential is applied between the electrode, and we get a current, unique current voltage relation. Therefore the current which is flows through the cell, okay, the amount of current which is flows through the cell is depends upon the concentration of species which is present in the electrolytic solution. Okay, therefore polarography involves what? The study of correlation between electric current passing through the cell and the voltage applied between the electrode. Okay, therefore here we study the correlation between the electric current passing through the cell and the applied voltage between the electrodes. Okay, therefore current voltage relation is studied in this method. Therefore here potential is varied in some pre-selected manner during the current measurement. Okay, and we get a unique current voltage relation. The graphical representation of the measurement is called polarogram. Okay, the graphical representation of current versus voltage is called as polarogram. And the apparatus, okay, the apparatus which is used for this measurement is called as polarograph. Polarograph, okay, it is the apparatus which is useful for the measurement is called polarograph, and the graphical representation of measurement is called as a polarogram. Okay, the polarogram gives both qualitative and quantitative information about the solution. So, in polarography, it consists of electrolyzing a solution of an electroactive substance between the dropping mercury electrode and some reference electrode, and it involves the study of correlation between the electric current passing through the cell and the voltage applied between the electrode. It is the principle of polarography. Okay, in polarography, it consists of electrolyzing a solution of an electroactive substance. Okay, here electrolyzing a solution between the two electrode, that is dropping mercury electrode and pull of mercury. It is our indicator electrode, it is a reference electrode. Therefore electrolyzing of test solution takes place between the indicator electrode and reference electrode. Okay, and it involves the study of correlation between electric current passing through the cell and the voltage applied between the electrode. Okay, it is a principle of polarography where electrolysis of electrolytic solution takes place, and here we study the correlation between the electric current passing through the cell and the voltage applied between the electrodes. Okay, it is a principle of polarography. The next point is the dropping mercury electrode. Here we will study the construction and working of DME. Okay, construction. Look at the diagram. It is a dropping mercury electrode which is vertically mounted by using a stand. Okay, the dropping mercury electrode, it has two components, mercury reservoir and glass capillary tube. Okay, we will see one by one. Mercury reservoir and glass capillary tube. Mercury reservoir, it consists of reservoir bulb, okay, and which having capacity of about 100 ml. The reservoir is clamped vertically. It is connected by flexible tubing to the glass capillary tube. Okay, it is a flexible tubing. By using this, the mercury reservoir is connected to the glass capillary tube. The mercury reservoir is raised to appropriate height. Understand? And its position is marked. Okay, therefore the position of mercury reservoir should be constant. Okay, the height of the reservoir should be constant throughout the experiment. So the position should be marked before the measurement. Okay, and the position of the reservoir should be kept the same throughout the experiment and to get a reproducible result. Okay, therefore its position is fixed because to get a reproducible result. The next component is the capillary tube. Okay, capillary tube, it is a glass capillary tube. Okay, glass capillary tube is of approximately 7 centimeter in length. Its length is about 7 centimeter and diameter is about 0.5 millimeter. Okay, one end of the glass capillary is connected to the mercury reservoir via flexible tubing, and another end of glass capillary tube is immersed in the electrolytic solution. Okay, the drop of mercury which is coming out from the capillary continuously. Okay, the drop of mercury are identical with diameters 0.5 to 1 millimeter. Okay, the diameter of the drop is about 0.5 to 1 millimeter. The lifetime of individual drop is about 3 to 6 seconds. Okay, the lifetime of drop is about 3 to 6 seconds. It is essential to see that the tip is cut at right angle. Okay, the tip of glass capillary tube which is cut at right angle and the electrode is mounted vertically. This mounting is must be free of vibrations as possible, okay, to get a reproducible drops. Then dropping mercury electrode is act as a cathode. It is also called as microelectrode or working electrode or indicator electrode. Okay, DME is also called as microelectrode because the size of electrode is very small. It is also called as working electrode or indicator electrode, and this DME it is act as a cathode. Precautions. Okay, it is a precaution which must be followed before the measurement. The capillary of DME should be very clean. Okay, and should be vertically mounted. Otherwise, the dropping time and size and shape of the mercury not be reproducible. Okay, therefore, the capillary should be very clean and mounted vertically. The next point is the advantages of dropping mercury electrode. First advantage is the surface of mercury drop is smooth, continuously renewed, and surface area is reproducible. Okay, we know that the mercury drops are continuously fall in the solution. Mercury drop is very smooth. Okay, it is continuously renewed and surface area is reproducible. So this eliminates passivity and poisoning effects. Okay, this eliminates passivity and poisoning effects. The next advantage is mercury forms amalgams with many metals. Mercury has high hydrogen over voltage. It is the second advantage. Okay, it forms amalgams with many metals. Mercury has high hydrogen over voltage. Third advantage is surface area of mercury drop can be calculated from the weight of the drop. Okay, and since the electrode is continuously renewed, series of can be estimated in a given solution. Okay, the drop is continuously renewed, therefore electrode is continuously renewed, and due to that series of scans estimated in the given solution. Next advantage is the diffusion current assumes a steady value immediately after each change of applied potential and is reproducible. Okay, therefore diffusion current assumes a steady value immediately after each change of applied potential and is reproducible. Okay, and this electrode can be used over the range of plus 0.4 volt to minus 2.0 volt with reference to the standard Coulomb electrode. These are the advantages of dropping mercury electrode. Okay, surface area of drop is smooth, renewable, okay, and it is reproducible, so it eliminates passivity and poisoning effect. Mercury forms amalgams with many metals. It has high hydrogen over voltage. The surface area can be calculated from the weight of the drop. Okay, electrode is continuously renewed, and hence series of scan can be estimated in the given solution. Diffusion current assumes immediately a steady value, and it is used over a wide range of voltage, that is plus 0.0 volt to minus 2.0 volt. Therefore, these are the advantages of dropping mercury electrode. Okay, the next point is the disadvantages of DME. Okay, the area of microelectrode changes as the size of the drop changes. Okay, if there are vibrations are occur during the measurement, due to the vibration what happens, the size of the drop changes, and due to the change in size the area of microelectrode changes, so the error is occur in the measurement. Mercury may be easily oxidized. Okay, mercury may be easily oxidized, and due to that DME can be used only for analysis of reducible or very easily oxidizable substances. Okay, it is only used for reducible or easily oxidizable, very easily oxidizable substances, because mercury oxidizes easily. Mercury is costly and poisonous. It is the third disadvantage. Okay, it is costly and poisonous. Mercury, okay, it is cumbersome to use, okay, difficult to use, and capillary may be easily plugged. Therefore, it is the next disadvantage. The mercury electrode generates some small currents like residual current, migration current, and which causes error in the current measurement. Okay, it generates small currents like residual current, migration current, and these currents causes error in the current measurement. So these are the disadvantages of dropping mercury electrode. Okay, generally in exam question is asked on that point. Give the construction and working of DME. Okay, what are the advantages and disadvantages of DME? So in today's lecture we will stop here. Thank you.